do you get impatient in moments as
in
far as
in
like the
life
growth?
with
Well, obviously, I think if you're entrepreneurial, you have to be somewhat impatient, because if you weren't impatient, you would have just gone with whatever things happen. I think it's more so like, you've seen, because we've been in the industry the same amount of time, like you've seen different waves and different things, and maybe they haven't gone as fast as you thought they might go, or have they gone kind of according to plan?
It's a really good question. I mean, it's been, you know, there's been so many different chapters and iterations to just our journey as a company. And I think in some ways they do mirror, you know, in our small way, it mirrors the broader trends in the industry. And it's true that, I mean, we were kind of pitching higher quality content on YouTube when we started, and yeah, it was a hard sell. Like YouTube was still seen as cat videos and viral kind of like one-offs. And we were out here like making shows for YouTube. In our first project was like a 25 episode YouTube show. And we were like basically creators ourselves. In our story, like it also kind of mirrors, we did this project called YouTube Rewind, which was kind of like the Super Bowl of all YouTube videos for YouTube. YouTube is our client, obviously. And that project started as like a $25,000 budget shot on a green screen, to like a multi-million dollar production shot around the world, with like 200 creators. And so there's been a steady progression toward quality, I think, and investing in higher quality. Rewind is kind of like a proxy for how the industry or like the creator world has evolved and matured. But I do think there was like this thing that happened around the pandemic. Like, I really do think there was this kind of upward march toward higher quality content and deeper and more interesting brand partnerships that around the pandemic, again, given what I just kind of laid out, where it's like, oh, we can just spend our media dollars here when there's no production happening over there. There was a march downward. So that when you ask about patience, like there was a few years there where we were like, uh-oh, like, is this thing moving in the wrong direction? Is our
Yeah.
industry moving toward just like, either tech platforms, just like matchmaking between brands and creators, or just like, this media sponsorship stuff I've been talking about. But yeah, we are if nothing else, we are patient. We have kind of been singularly focused, and so even when that trend was happening, we kind of hung around and kept making the stuff that we believed in, and I think we're back in a much better moment, where higher quality content is really being valued. So I
For
guess
sure.
long-winded answer to your question is I actually do think we're kind of patient, and I think that's can be a
Yeah.
strength and a weakness. But yeah, we've kind of waited for this moment, and it's here.
Well, there's a few analogies floating in my head. We'll see where my mind goes and if I get to all of them. But because it's the same thing, like people in early internet, people in the late 90s, early 2000s, post bubble burst, were like, why aren't people buying more stuff on the internet? It's easier, it's more efficient. It took more time than they thought it would. And eventually it just got to the point where the logical conclusion, which was, oh, I could go walk through this mall, right, and have to park and have to do all these things, or I could just find all these things in the comfort of my couch. I
Hmm.
think the same thing being true is like, where are people spending the majority of their time? They're on their
Yeah,
phone.
yeah,
And, I think you're absolutely right. Pandemic, also writer's strike, were two inflection
hmm,
moments pretty close to each other that allowed people to kind of like pull a hard reset and go, oh, okay, well, if you take that away from me, what would I fill that with? Especially even
hmm,
on the brand side too. Like, well, what
hmm,
what what could we do? And then you
hmm.
start to realize, like, oh, like if you get out of the loop and you get out of the cycle and you get out of the pattern, and then you start to realize that's important.